Hey everyone, we're Chris and Sandy with the Chris and Sandy Show, where we get up close and personal with some amazing guests throughout the entertainment industry. And today, like I said on every episode, we got a great one for you. Who do we have?
Joining us today is talented country music artist Craig Campbell. We're going to be talking about his journey and his latest single, Missing You.
And we're excited to have him on the show. Welcome to the show.
Yes, welcome.
Glad to be here. Thank y'all for having me.
Okay. Missing You, we understand, just charted. You're first on national radio since 2018. What does this song represent for you at this stage of your career?
Well, if you'd asked, 10, when did Family Man come out? Family Man came out 2011, so 14 years ago. When I was doing interviews as a new artist, every now and again they would say, "Well, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years?" And my answer was always, "I just hope I'm still doing it." And
right, absolutely.
And that's what Missing You it represents for me. Is I'm still here, I'm still doing it, and I'm been blessed to be able to continue doing what I love for a living, and to have this opportunity to have a new song and be working at country radio. It's a pretty cool thing. So I'm proud of it.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Did you feel pressure when you stepped back into the radio after focusing on streaming for so long?
No pressure. I mean, I have finally gotten to a space in my life that it's one of those things where if it's going to work, it's because God wants it to work.
Yep.
If it don't work, it's because He didn't want it to work. And I'm okay with both scenarios. And I'm finally, again, just being able to do the music, especially as an independent artist.
Yeah.
To be able to do the music the way I want to do it, the songs that I want to do, the way I want to record it. When I was signed to record labels, they wouldn't let me play piano on my records, and I'm
wow,
I'm a decent piano player. So it's just those small little things that I'm enjoying having control of. So it wasn't, to answer your question, no, I wasn't intimidated by it. I was pretty excited about it just because I could do it this way.
Yeah. I remember 3-4 years ago, we interviewed Joe Kelly, and we're talking about the music business side of things. And I'll never forget, he said that an artist should never sign to a record label until they cannot handle it anymore.
I don't think an artist should sign with a record label, period. And don't get me wrong, I'm like I mentioned earlier, I'm blessed. I'm very grateful for the opportunities that I had that were because of having record deals. And but these days, man, it don't even you don't need it
with social media.
It's there's obviously signing a big old record deal with one of the big major labels is always enticing. Because of what they can do for a career. But if it can be done without all that. So that's my opinion.
So tell us about the Grindstone Cowboy.
So that's another one of those things that came out of the whole COVID situation. We if you'd have told me that I wasn't going to be able to play music, I'd have said you was crazy. And so when that happened and all of my shows were taken away from me and no venues were open, and that was an eye opener. And I've always been a jump without looking type, just with everything that I've ever done. And I always have faith in what I'm doing. And so even with the music business and trying to be a singer, I never had a plan B. And it wasn't until that where I was like, well, wait a minute, maybe we should have at least a contingency plan that's gonna go beyond the music.
And you're still in music.
Yeah. So I had this idea to open a coffee shop, and we decided to do it, and we opened in 2022. And it's been from day one. It's been something that we never expected. It just took off. And we actually now we got 2 locations that are open. We just broke ground on our 3rd location in Florida. So it's been wild.
I love that. So, who makes a better coffee, you or Mindy?
Well, we both make great coffee because it's all about that machine. We got a great machine
Yes.
that walks us right through it. But so we make now. She'll argue and say she makes a better old fashioned than me.
Okay.
I will give her credit. She does make a really, really good Bloody Mary. But as far as coffee, no, we're neck and neck.
So I seen that you talked about that Monday you're going to do the national anthem. Tell us how that came to be.
Man, I love singing the anthem, and I've done it bunches of times. I've actually sang at Steelers, where I'm going to be at the Steelers game. I've actually sang it there twice.
Oh wow!
So I just when you are out and about and working with radio, sometimes radio has their hands in the NFL or any major sports teams, and they can get you to sing the anthem. And so that's kind of how it happened the first time with the Steelers. Since then, I have become friends with some people that work in the organization, and I reached out and threw my name in the hat, and I said, "Hey, man, if you need somebody for that Monday night game, I'd love to do it." And he literally called me Monday night, and now keep in mind the game is the following Monday, so I had given up, and he's like, "Hey, are you still interested in doing that anthem?" I said, "Yeah." So it was a last minute thing, but yeah, I truly love singing the anthem.
That is awesome. So you came to Nashville with basically nothing. Was there moments where you almost quit?
No. I remember having a conversation with my mama. I had a roommate, and he was from my same hometown, and he was divorced at the time, and then while we were living together, he had started to reconcile with his wife, but the only way he could make it work is he had to move back to Georgia.
Yeah.
And so he left me up there, and there was about a 2-week window of homesick, but it never crossed my mind to quit. And I had a conversation with my mama during that time, and she just kind of like sealed the deal for me. She's like, "Baby, ain't nothing down here. Ain't nothing down here
Oh wow!
for you. You need to stay up there, chase your dream. It'll be fine." And she was right.
So what was that moment for you when you were younger that you were like, this could be a career?
Oh man, it's been a series of moments. I guess when I was 15, I signed up for a singing contest called the Jimmy Dean True Value Country Showdown, and I got up, I sang these 2 songs, and I was the youngest out of all of the contestants, and I ended up winning on the local level. And that was the moment I realized I wanted to be on stage no matter what.
Wow.
And then probably I was 18, 19 years old, and I met a buddy of mine that was playing at the local bar in my hometown, and somehow or another we were talking, and it got brought up about a day job, and I said, "Well, what do you do? What do you do for a living?" And he said, "This is it." And I said, "You mean you sing and that's it? That's how you pay your bills?" And when he said that, it just like, okay, I'm going to figure that out. And so I put a band together, and I've been playing music ever since.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Awesome. A lot of people, they see the glory in everything you do, just like you saw in that guy. That was a lot of glory because you want to do this, but they don't see the grind, the sacrifice, the tears, the struggles it takes to reach any level with entertainment. And in my opinion, this side don't get talked about enough. So take a few moments and just tell us about that side of it that people don't see.
Yeah, I mean, when you go to a show, you watch 90 minutes of music. You don't think about the other 22 and a half hours in the day and what it took to get there. And, but man, I got to be honest with you. I've had a blast. My entire journey has been awesome. And I think it's because I never being famous was not like the thing that I wanted to be.
You just want to do music.
I just wanted to play music and pay my bills. That was it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, and seriously, like when I got to town, when I got to Nashville, I didn't tell people I was a singer. I told people I was a piano player just so I could get some work and play on Lower Broadway and make some money and just be surrounded by all that. But in the back of my head, I always knew that I wanted to be a front man.
Yeah.
And but it was always just a gradual thing. So then I started playing, and then I started fronting my own gigs. And at one time I was playing five nights a week on Lower Broadway. And prior to moving to Nashville, I had a band. We toured all over the country in a van and a trailer, and we set our own PA up every night. We would trade out driving. So I mean, that part of paying the dues, nobody ever hears about. But even like I said, getting to Nashville, playing Lower Broadway. I played piano for Luke Bryan for a little while. I played piano for Tracy Byrd for a hot minute, for about 2 years. And then, organically just meeting other songwriters, and then those guys, my buddies, would be getting record deals or publishing deals, and then have a song get cut. And I'm like, well, I said, I might want to do that too. So it's been a journey, but it's been a really, really fun. I've never had I don't feel like I've had my heart broken by the music business, like completely broken. I've had some valleys, and I've been in some valleys before, but the music business has been good to me.
So when you got dropped by the label,
that was a valley.
How did you feel during that moment, and what did you learn about yourself through that part?
Well, the first thought was I didn't know what to do, because I had spent so much time trying to get that record deal. I mean, we negotiated that deal for over a year, and so for a really long time I was hyper focused on making that happen. And then we had some really, really good success for a solid 5 years, and so that was my life. And then when I get a phone call that says, "Hey, we're shutting the label down," I'm like, I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah.
Now what do I do? So for a couple of days, it was pretty deflating. It was like, whoa, because not only did the label close, it closed while I'm having the most success I'd ever had with a song. I mean, "Keep Them Kisses Coming" was racing up the charts.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so then when that happened, it was a gut punch. But hey, I backed up. There was a guy that I had been. He was my lawyer for a while, and then he was in the management world. So when this happened, I called him. I said, "Hey man, I need help with this." And so then he became my manager at the time, and we stepped back, and he said, "What do you want to do?" I said, I want to keep going. And he said, Who do you want to meet with?" I said, "I really, really love what Broken Bow's doing."
Yeah.
I said, "Can we set up a meeting with Benny?" And he said, "Yeah." So that was the only meeting I had. And Benny, we sat down, and Benny was like, "Yeah, we'd love to have you." And so I went right out of Bigger Picture in the Broken Bow.
So it really has been a true up and down journey for you. It's like highs and then lows, and ain't that really what life is about?
Oh yeah. The music business is, like I said, it's been good to me, but it's humbling. It's humbling. You really you get close to God.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
So a lot of people, they see you, but they don't see the team around you. In our opinion, teams never get love. On our show, we give them some love. So take a few moments and tell us about the team that helps you be who you are.
Well, first, my wife. there's no possible way we could do any of this stuff without her. And now even with our restaurants, she's the GM of all. She's taking care of all that, and Grindstone Cowboy wouldn't be as successful as it is without her. So she's number one. My manager, Maddie, she's been my ride or die for the past 5 or 6 years. She's incredible. My publicist, Craig Campbell, he's awesome. Yeah, we have the same name.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is when I first heard of Craig Campbell, the PR, I've been dealing with him for years now. I always joked that, I think I even told him this. I was like, you should get Craig Campbell as one of your clients. Because it would just be cool.
Yeah.
Well, and that was kind of an accident. Not accident. It wasn't planned. Like when COVID hit, I was doing my cornhole tournament, and I basically at that when that happened, I fired everybody, because I wasn't doing anything. So it was like I can't justify paying you guys. And plus I had some dreams, and they didn't feel like those dreams made any sense. So I said, well, if you ain't on the same page as me, then we can't be partners.
Yeah.
So anyways, I knew Craig, and we had mutual friends. And then I had the cornhole tournament, and I said, hey, can you help me with this one event? And he's like, yeah. And he crushed it, as I knew he would. And we just kept going.
Oh, wow. So it was one of just moments where you just knew he was the right fit.
Yeah. And then, since working this song at radio, I got a great little team. It's just independent. Everybody's kind of their own person, and it's a band of misfits, but some great team members. Yeah, I mean, lean and mean is what we are.
I love that. Speaking of teams, we have a third co-host. Our son likes to come on and ask a few questions. So Sandy's going to go get him.
Okay.
And while she gets him, I know that it's hard to tell where you want to be in the next 5 years, but I got to always ask the question, where do you want to be in 5 years?
It's definitely not the same as it was. My girls will be graduated by then. I want my music I still want to be doing it, and I will be at some level, whether it's just for fun and just sitting here at the house or playing at my restaurants. I will do that. On a bigger scale, I hope Grindstone Cowboy continues to grow. I'd love to see a Grindstone Cowboy in every city. There's plans for that. My girls, Presley will graduate this year, so I want them to be happy, and yeah, it's simple.
The simple man, right?
Yep.
All right. Hey, Craig. So what's your favorite food?
My favorite food?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, spaghetti, hands down.
Oh,
spaghetti bolognese. I gotta have it. I love it.
Oh yeah. Mine's pizza.
Okay.
It's funny. We've been doing this show since 2020, and he's always so he was 8 years old back then. And again, he would always ask, that's his first question. He'd always ask even back then, and it's still been pizza. That's never changed.
I love, same with me for spaghetti, man. I can eat it 3 times a day.
Oh, oh my goodness. All right. So I got a second question. So what's the coolest experience you've had on your journey so far?
Whew, it's hard, man. We got so many of them, so many good ones. Hearing yourself on the radio for the first time was pretty impactful. Playing the Opry was a pretty cool thing. That's about it. It's like, as far as the music is concerned, obviously having my girls and them being proud of me, and that's like my main goal. But yeah, playing the Opry was a pretty big deal for the first time.
Love that. So, what's been one of the craziest experiences you've had during a live performance?
Man, I haven't had any crazy things happen, but I will say, I don't know why I'm thinking of this, but there was a time where I was singing Family Man and a fight broke out. And and the reason I think I remember it is because it just didn't seem like the right time for the fight to break out, especially during that song. So but my shows, there's nothing's really gotten out of hand or any crazy. I mean, I will say, one time I was riding down the road and on the bus, and it was about 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. I was still in my bunk. But then I heard something hit the side of the bus, and then I heard it hit the bus again, and then hit it a third time. So I jumped up out of my bunk and ran to the front. Our trailer had come off of the back and was coming up beside us and hitting us on the side.
Oh, wow.
So that was pretty wild.
What's a fan experience you've had? Just one that really stands out.
Well, I mean, it's not one particular event, but it's pretty wild whenever somebody comes through the meet and greet and they've got like your signature tattooed on them, or lyrics to one of your songs tattooed on them. And that's happened several times over the course of the past 10 years. And so anytime you see that, it's like, wow, that's a commitment, but it's pretty crazy.
So as you go through this journey, wherever it leads you over the next 10, 20, 30 years, wherever it leads you, what do you hope you never forget along that journey?
Man, it's just, I've fell victim to chasing success, and forgetting about who I like, what I love and who I am and as an artist. And now that's no longer part of the plan anymore. It's like if the song or the music doesn't get me fired up personally, like if it don't fire me up, I'm not going to do it. And that's just a good place for me to be.
So if somebody was to ask you, who is Craig? Who are you?
I'm the family man.
Love that answer, because that's how, again, as you know, that our family's all involved in this show and all that. I can definitely relate to that. So as we end here, what advice would you give that person that wants to do what you do?
Just keep going. I always said, just don't have a backup plan, because if you do, you'll probably lean on it. Don't wait for somebody to give it to you, because you will never get it. You got to go get it. And just be true to yourself. No matter what, just because the fans can tell if it's fake.
Just be authentic.
Yeah.
And I think that's key, especially with this whole AI world coming up. It's like a lot of people are excited with AI. And I think that in the next 2, 3, 4 years, I believe the people that stay authentic are the people that's going to win.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, even for me, I've put out songs in the past that weren't Craig Campbell songs, and my fans could tell right away. And it's like being a salesman. And if you don't believe in your product, you ain't gonna be able to sell it. And so that was a lesson I learned.
Love that. So as we end here, any final parting words?
No, just appreciate you having me on, man, and hopefully we get to do it again. And yeah, appreciate you.
I think this is your second time coming on our show, so you're always welcome to come back. We always love having you on, and we'll welcome you anytime.
All right, I appreciate it.
You have a great day.
You too, man.
Good.